Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. If I had done something like that, I'd still be getting it. These ladies would never have let me forget it.
So, Sutton, I'm absolutely loving the season so far. I mean, watching it back, what has been the most surprising thing that you learned that you didn't know that was going on while you were filming?
Oh, let's see. That's a tough one. I mean, I don't know. I think for me personally, it's been what the ladies have been saying about me behind my back. That's been surprising.
Yeah. Is there something that really sticks out in your mind?
Well, I think just how they keep saying that I like to talk about myself all the time. I insert myself in everything when all I'm trying to do is relate. And they know that. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm a caring friend, and that kind of, I'm like, okay, really? You too said that?
Yeah. I mean, so it's hard for you to hear even Erika say, you know, you make everyone's problems about yourself.
Hopefully I don't make everyone's problems about myself, because that would not be smart.
No, definitely not. We see you on this past episode. We see you dating. So are you and Sanjeet still together? Are you in the, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend?
Sanjeet. Yeah. I mean, we're friends, you know, we're friends. He's really cool, and he's fun to hang out with. And, you know, you never know where things are going to go. But I like him a lot.
What did he think about watching back the date?
Oh, gosh. Well, we were texting back and forth. Mm-hmm. His sister had a viewing party in New York. I was like, oh, my gosh, she's probably going to tell you to run for the hills. But, you know, he's been a really good sport. And he's a cool guy. So it's nice.
Do you want something more serious? Is that what you're looking for?
Eventually, you know, right now I've been so focused on my business. Mm-hmm. And like once we kind of finished filming, I realized like, oh gosh, I got to get back to work. And so it's hard for me to like spend and put the energy in. So, you know, I'm like the worst person to date, obviously.
No. You know, and, you know, speaking of putting a lot of energy in it, you've been, you know, amazing this season so far, but there has been a lot of drama, especially with you and Diana. Where do the two of you stand today? And did you feel like that last apology from her, was that genuine?
Did she apologize to me?
Well, when you were at, was it Kyle's house, when you guys were that how she was going to make baby steps, I believe, into, you know, working on your relationship. Did you feel like that was coming from a genuine place?
I did feel like that was coming from a genuine place. Yes, I did.
How do you feel watching back, you know, obviously that tough scene at Garcelle's birthday party? How do you feel watching that back now? And especially when you were being so open and vulnerable about your own miscarriage, were you regretful that you did that?
No. It was a hard one to watch. And actually that whole evening, I went there to celebrate my friend who I just love and adore, and didn't want to cause any scenes or do anything like that. And I'm glad that it didn't. I regret that Kyle came into the conversation. I don't think she was in a place that night to have a deep conversation that I was trying to have with Diana. So, and that part was hard to watch back, but you know, I just wanted to work things out. And then at the lunch with Diana, I really wanted to work things out, and that didn't go well either. You know, we just butt heads. Well, I don't want her to headbutt me.
No.
You know, I don't think violence is the answer.
Do you think that she came into this season wanting to have that villain role? I mean, she says during that chat, like, you wanted a new villain, and here I am.
I know. That was so, I was taken aback by that. I didn't want to have a new villain. I'm like, look, no, I did that last year with someone, and I want to have friends and have fun. That's my take on life. Yeah. No, I was sticking up for Garcelle, to be honest, and so I said something snarky. She didn't like it, and I understand that. because it was such a sensitive subject. But it was confusing. The text was confusing.
Right.
And so, and honestly, when I said, you got to explain yourself, you can't send a text like that and show up.
Yeah.
It was confusing. And I wasn't the only one.
Did you feel that, because after that scene aired, Kyle got a lot of backlash about how she handled things. Did you feel like that was warranted?
Yeah. And I think that Kyle has, I think she feels really badly about her behavior, and she's apologized to me. We're good friends, and we've moved on. So, it's so interesting how the audience really gets so involved, and they're like looking out for me, like, Sutton, don't let that happen. And I think the biggest takeaway is we should never touch each other like that in such an aggressive way, because it doesn't help. That didn't solve any problems. So, but I think she feels really badly about it.
Yeah, definitely. And you guys are on a good page right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's always rumblings about who would stay and who would go. Could you ever imagine Beverly Hills without Kyle?
No, I mean, I've only done 3 seasons now, and so I don't know. No.
Yeah. You and Erika sometimes seem to be on a good page this season, and then other times she's, calling you a liability to Garcelle. Why do you think Erika continues to flip-flop on your friendship?
Well, probably because we don't have a friendship.
Okay.
We have, we can be very cordial, and that's it.
Yeah. Do you want to have a friendship with her?
I mean, I'm always open to talking to people and getting to know them better. But, right now I'm good with where we are. Like we can make some funny comments, and we can sit at a dinner table together. And I think that's a good place for us. It's just like, it's good.
Good.
Calm.
It's good, cordial and calm. But do you believe when she says, Sutton, I like you, do you ever trust her the way that you used to prior to the season before?
No, I would be an idiot if I trusted that.
What did you make of, obviously her drinking is a big cause of conversation this season. Did you feel like it was a cause for concern?
Well, so again, it goes back with Erika. I just don't trust anything because I don't know what's real and what's not. And but I was not at Diana's Christmas party, and watching it, I was like, okay, that's different behavior. In Mexico, we're in Mexico, and also, it's a sensitive subject for me with my father's suicide and taking antidepressants and drinking. That's it's a typical thing with depression. So, if that's something that was happening, I was going to get concerned. I'm not in that place with Erika where I'm going to go up and say something. That's not a good idea. I think I'll just stay out of it.
Yeah, no. And I mean, at Garcelle's birthday party, the drinking possibly caused her to say something to Garcelle's son, which, caused a lot of backlash. Do you feel Garcelle let her off a little too easily in that one with the apology?
I've said this before. Garcelle is a very gracious person. And yes, I think she may have let her off a little bit too easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you feel like Erika should have apologized more in that situation?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I had done something like that, I'd still be getting it. These ladies would never have let me forget it.
Is it hard hearing Erika saying that you are a liability to Garcelle in your friendship to her? Because, one of my favorite things about the show is watching you and Garcelle and your friendship. And was that a difficult thing to hear?
Well, I think that Erika also thought that I was taking the bar. Mm-hmm. and was going to be my tutor. And I'm going to take the LSAT. So she didn't understand that. And so I think she also gets confused on the word liability, because I cannot be a liability in a friendship. And so I think she just may have gotten confused with that word.
And then what's it like having Kathy back in the mix? We finally got to see her after, the first few episodes, and now she's back in the mix. What was it like filming with her again? And how would you describe your relationship with her?
Oh gosh, Kathy's such a little kooky bird that I just love her. And when you see her face, it makes you smile. I think we were all happy to see Kathy back.
Yeah. And then, in the teaser for next week's episode, it seems like you and Lisa Rinna really bump heads. Can you kind of tease what's going to happen between the two of you?
Well, I mean, of course, you're going to have to wait and see. Okay. But this isn't the first time this season that Lisa and I have a tete-a-tete. So this one was a bit more abrupt.
Yeah. Was it a shock? Kind of came out of nowhere?
No, but, I think the first time in the beginning of the season when we have it, her mother hadn't passed away yet. And so this time, I think there's a lot of that built around it. So it's, for me, I can forgive that behavior because I've lost a parent, and I could be more understanding.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina Garibaldi, the host of Us Weekly Celebrity Coverage. Don't forget to hit subscribe for the latest celebrity news, tips, and video. And for much more content, make sure you head on over to usmagazine.com, the official home of Us Weekly Magazine.